A big reveal tonight on The Masked Singer. Group A sang once again, whittling it down to the 2 performers that will be in the final 6. Let's talk The Masked Singer. Hey guys, Dan here. Thank you for joining me. This is my weekly Masked Singer wrap-up. We're going to talk about everything that happened on the show tonight. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want spoilers, maybe watch the show first and then come back for my guesses. Before we get into it, though, please do subscribe below. We keep earning a lot of new subscribers on my channel every time I put up a new Masked Singer video, so it'd be great to have you aboard as well if you're not already one of my subs. And of course, comment. I mean, that's the most important part for me. It's why I started doing these videos, so I could interact with you guys, the fans. And let me tell you, before we get into tonight's show, really, definitely you guys in the comments helped me with tonight's unmasking. I don't think I would have gotten there even probably in the realm without your help. So definitely comment below. I always love hearing from you guys. And let's get it started. So tonight there was only 3 people, well, 4 people really, but 3 performers, three groups in Group A, and 2 of them will be moving on to the final 6, which will be in a couple of weeks. I still don't know how they're going to do Group B because there's still 4 acts left in Group B, so we may have 2 Group B shows at some point before we get to the 6. So first off, first off, they introduced the guest panelist for the night, which was Niecy Nash from Reno 911 and currently on the TV show Claws, which I enjoy. Good old Niecy Nash, always love seeing her. So, you know, she brought a nice energy to the group, but with only 3 singers left, there's a lot of padding in tonight's show. So first, they had everybody singing together on the Pink tune, Raise Your Glass, and they flashed a clue up on a, I suppose it was some sort of CGI blimp, and so for the Snow Owls, they said Empty Nest. For the Popcorn, it said Touchdown, and for the Sun, it said Chalk Rock. So let's get into, I guess... You know what, I guess we'll just do it in the order that the show happened tonight. Usually I do the unmasking first, but let's just go in the order of the show. So the Sun was up first, and she sang Piece of My Heart from Janis Joplin, but first, let's get to the clue package. So this is the portion of the season where they start doing outside clue packages for people outside the specific person. So for the Sun, we had her soulmate, soul, S-O-L, like the sun. I think we're assuming this is the husband of the singer. Niecy Nash was thinking maybe it was a boyfriend, but I think we're all kind of thinking husband here. There were some wind chimes that we saw. They were talking about like going on a road trip, so we saw a sign saying "Welcome to Baltimore." We saw a postcard from Alaska, postcard from Mexico, and the husband said that this singer has never taken a break this long before. We saw some plastic cows, and then after the song "Piece of My Heart" by Janis Joplin, Nick brought out a little robotic screen kind of thing, and we heard one more clue from the person being interviewed, and in this case he said, you know, not only is she the sun, but she's golden because she has at least 1 gold single. So the guesses tonight, Ken, with Catherine McPhee, she's been talked about every week that the Sun has performed by, I think, different people. Niecy Nash picked up on the Alaska theme and thought it was Jewel, and then Jenny McCarthy went to Demi Lovato, which she was bandied about the last time Group A sang. Look, I've said it since week 1 of this show. It's LeAnn Rimes. I'm 100% every week. The clues completely lead me in that direction. No one on the show has said it yet. You know, first of all, at least 1 gold single. Yeah, at least would be the key word. LeAnn Rimes has like half a dozen gold singles. Her very first song, Blue, went gold, but then she's also got, you know, How Do I Live is 3 times platinum, and she's got some other gold singles as well. And the clue at the beginning, Chalk Rock, she literally has, I don't know if it's on Instagram or Twitter, but she has some sort of like chalk talk posts where she writes on a chalkboard some inspiring words or something. It's 1000% Leanne Rimes. Um, that's it. You guys have posed a couple of other things. Oh, well, this person has more to do with Disney. There's been a couple of Disney clues. But listen, like I said the first week, Leanne Rimes had a big Disney concert special in like 1997 or 1998 or something on the Disney Channel. It was a big hit at the time. So it's Leanne Rimes, 1000%. So next was the Snow Owls, and they sang The Prayer from Andrea Bocelli and Celine Dion. And so what they said before they threw to their friend in the clue package, that sharing a stage is a new thing to them. So people that don't regularly perform together, I guess. And the friend of 20 years came on and just started talking about basically how, just sort of personality traits that I didn't think were that relevant to anything. Things like he is loud and, she's more contemplative or whatever. It's like, okay, that's everybody. But the clues that got me was there was a drink that I thought was an iced tea, but the panel picked up correctly that it was a Roy Rogers. There was a rocking horse, like a hobby horse in there. And then we had the Parthenon, which Jenny McCarthy pointed out there's a version of the Parthenon in Nashville. And then after their song, the friend came back on the TV screen and said that they were two snow owls sitting in a tree, Kissing, and then the two of them kissed. So all of a sudden we know for sure now this is a married couple, not brother and sister, I guess they could still be TV siblings or whatever, but they're not siblings like I thought the first week out with Derek Hoff and Julianne Hough. So the guesses this week, well, Niecy Nash was thinking it was Brad Paisley and his wife. Robin thought it was Amy Grant and Vince Gill, and he's been saying that since the very first week. And then Ken thought it was Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, which is so stupid. It doesn't make sense for just so many reasons. The singing voices don't match up at all. The clues are tentative at best, I would say. He was really like reaching for some of those clues, like saying that the Roy Rogers is something that they might serve at Cheers, that kind of thing. Very, very lame. Okay, so then we went to the popcorn. Oh, and well, you know what? I'll cut to the chase. The Snow Owls were voted off, so I'm not going to quite get to my guess yet on that. Let's go to the popcorn. So the popcorn sang Domino by Jessie J, great song. And so she had her Queen BFF on the package, saying that she actually doesn't really know the popcorn that well. She's more of a friend of a friend. They have a mutual friend, I guess. And she was in a nesting doll sort of outfit, this friend. So Robin was thinking maybe something with Russia. We saw a deer or a fawn. We saw like scissors in sort of a tailor's kit. And the big thing, I think, in the clue package was that the person speaking, the Queen BFF, has been on The Masked Singer before. We also saw some pink bunny ears. And then after the song, we learned from the friend that not only has she, the person speaking, been on The Masked Singer before, but that the person under the popcorn mask has been guessed before by one of the panelists on the show. So, all right, that was it. That was a good clue. That was interesting. So, again, the song was Domino by Jessie J. So, Niecy Nash was thinking Cyndi Lauper, and nobody on the show has mentioned that yet, but you guys in the comments since week one have been sort of fighting me on my guess and saying, it might be Cyndi Lauper. I don't hear it in the voice. I still don't. Ken thought it was Anita Baker. I think he guessed her before. He guesses Anita Baker every single season. I think we would know Anita Baker's voice a little bit better than this, personally. And Jenny McCarthy, finally somebody on the panel guessed what I have been saying since week one, and I still think it's the person, Taylor Dayne. Taylor Dayne has been guessed before. Jenny pointed out something that I didn't specifically mention, I don't think, the week it was shown, but the second week, Group A performed, they had a crimping iron along with a Rubik's Cube to do like an 80s sort of thing. And I didn't think at the time, I just thought 80s at the time, but I think it was Nyan, one of my very strong commenters on my channel, had pointed out, not only is it 80s specific, but it's Taylor Dayne specific too, with the crimped hair. So Jenny picked up on that, and then just thought, oh, well, I've guessed Taylor Dayne before, and they were thinking, well, who could the person be in the clue package then talking about Taylor Dayne? And somebody pointed out she's good friends with Leah Remini, who has not sang on the Masked Singer stage before, but she has, sat on the panel. So, maybe Leah Remini is their mutual friend, whoever this is that was speaking. So I don't know, but I'm sticking with Taylor Dayne. This is another one like Leanne Rimes. It's in the voice for me with both of these ladies. I think Taylor Dayne even more so because I've seen her in concert, and not in the 80s. I saw her in concert like 6 years ago. And I look, I'm a Taylor Dayne fan. This is her. It's 100%. And Jenny also pointed out the scissors thing in the package that had spools of thread and stuff, like a tailoring thing. Taylor Dayne. Now I looked up Taylor Dayne national anthem with the touchdown clue from Raise Your Glass, because I thought maybe that's the touchdown thing. The only national anthem I could find that Taylor Dayne sang was for like a NASCAR race or something, so that wouldn't be touchdown. So I'm not sure what specifically the touchdown has to do with Taylor Dayne. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's Taylor Dayne. I'm on it. Okay, so after everybody sang, we had like 20 more minutes left in the show, so a little more filler. So everybody voted, and then the top person or act got to move on immediately to the final six, the Super Six, whatever they're calling it, in a couple of weeks, and that was the Sun. So we'll see Ms. Leanne Rimes in a couple of weeks on that show. So then the Popcorn and Snow Owls had to battle it out and sing again, and then the Snow Owls got voted off. So in their SmackDown songs, they did Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. Again, I thought it was weird that they went back to the Celine Dion well twice now in the same episode. And then Taylor Dayne. And this one, man, if you took Jenny's clue to heart and were listening for the vocal, she did Bryan Adams' Everything I Do It For You. And that was, when she hit a couple of those notes, it was so clearly Taylor Dayne, if you're at all familiar with her vocal stylings or her voice. So, that to me is another home run on there. But Popcorn gets to live another day, so Taylor Dayne and Leanne Rimes will battle it out in the top six in a couple of weeks. So here we have the Snow Owls, and let's talk about the guesses. So they gave the first impression guesses as well, and then allowed the panel to stick with them or continue on elsewhere. So Robin has been beating the Amy Grant and Vince Gill drum since the beginning, and he's stuck with that guess tonight. Jenny originally was thinking it was a TV team of Maureen McCormick and Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch, and she ended up switching to Amy and Vince as well. Ken thought originally it was Derek and Julianne Hough, which was my original guess. But he has changed it to Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman. Makes no sense. And then Niecy Nash thought it was Harry Hamlin and Lisa Rinna. Possible. I don't think they can sing like this, but I could kind of see where she was going with a couple of the clues. But of course, this is the only week she saw the clues, so who knows what that Harry Hamlin and Lisa Rinna might mean to the other clues. And then Nicole originally thought Donnie and Marie, but then, of course, now that she's seeing them kissing, she actually went from the vocal performance tonight and picked out Clint Black's voice, she thinks. So she went with Clint and Lisa Hartman Black. Now, you guys in the comments have really steered me towards Clint and Lisa. And the first week out, like I said, I thought it was the Hoffs. I thought it was Derek and Julianne. I thought they were in the egg because, well, if we saw them moving around and dancing, then we would know for sure who they were. I definitely matched up a lot of the clues with Derek and Julianne Hough. Second week, Group A sang. I took a tip from my buddy Tim, who thought maybe, along with his wife, they were kind of thinking it might be Chip and Joanna Gaines. So, okay, I thought, just sort of went with that. We'll see. And then in the last few weeks, we haven't seen Group A sing for almost a month now. And over the last couple of weeks, if you followed me on the comments or if you tuned into my guest video last week, I made it official that I really think it is Clint and Lisa Hartman Black. and indeed, that is who it was. Nicole thought it right at the end here. Nobody said it on the show up until now. We had some such interesting clues throughout. We had Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. We had Rob Schneider and his daughter Elle King. We had Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman. Garth and Trisha. I mean, the guesses were all over the map, but nobody was guessing Clint Black and Lisa Hartman Black. But you guys in the comments were all on it. And look, I don't really follow country music. I know some country. I certainly could pick LeAnn Rimes' voice, out of a lineup. And I would have known, I think, if it was Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood as well, because I like both of them a lot. Amy Gill. Well, maybe that is her legal name. Amy Grant and Vince Gill. I like. At least Amy Grant. Vince Gill I don't listen to enough of. I don't really know his voice. But I feel like I would have known Amy Grant's voice after a few weeks. But, Clint Black and Lisa Hartman Black, after a while, talking to you guys on the comments, it seemed fairly obvious. You guys made all these cases for different things. And the Pearl, and their daughter's name is Lily Pearl or something like that. Something Pearl. But again, Julianne Hough and Derek Hough, their grandmother's name was Pearl. So I was making connections, too, with it. But vocally, I think, you guys definitely were onto that. I don't think I would have gotten there myself. I don't know enough about Clint Black or country music. Nicole pointed out when she made her guess that Clint Black also did a song with Roy Rogers back in the day. So that's the whole Roy Rogers clue. And then the Parthenon was, because they're from Nashville, and there's just been a lot of clues along the way. But one of the clues in, I don't think it was in today's package, but apparently said something about a Long Branch, and Clint Black is from Long Branch, New Jersey, so there was that clue. So that was it. I mean, I'm not going to belabor the point here, but it was Clint and Lisa as of last week. I was definitely on board with that, so I'm calling it for another victory there. I didn't have that one first week out, that's for sure. But LeAnn Rimes and Taylor Dayne, yes, I do. First week I knew it, and trust me, do not, keep coming out with Cyndi Lauper or Demi Lovato or whoever else. It's LeAnn Rimes and Taylor Dayne. Although some of the clues last week, boy, I was 100% on some of these clues last week, and you guys really turned me around. I'm still confused on some of them. Next week, I guess we'll get Group B. Group C, I'm still, there's a couple I think I really know, but Mushroom is really throwing me. You guys have me maybe on the Pharrell train for that, Pharrell Williams. For now, I'm sticking with my Todrick Hall guess, but I don't know. But thank you for watching. That is going to wrap up the show for this week. Next week, I think, is going to be Group B, so join me again for that. And then we'll see LeAnn Rimes and Taylor Dayne in the Super 6. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.